Hi
Hi
friends!
thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Bell Park is a large municipal park located on the western shore of Ramsey Lake. The park is named for William J. Bell, an early lumber baron in the city whose former Bell Rock mansion is also the site of the Art Gallery of Sudbury. The park site is part of his estate land donated to the city by him upon his death. Two former mayors of the city are also honored in the park grounds. The park's amphitheater is named for Grace Hartman, and a boardwalk connecting the park to the nearby Science North site along the Ramsey Lake shoreline is named in honor of Jim Gordon. The park has an amphitheater, 2 gazebos, several flower beds, a monumental sculpture commemorating the city's mining heritage, a main beach with lifeguard supervision in the summertime, and canteen, a children's playground area, washrooms at 2 locations in the park, and ample parking for visitors. The park has been the site of many cultural events, including the Northern Lights Festival Boreal, the Sudbury Summerfest, the city's annual dragon boat races, and a summer concert series. The Bell Park Gazebo Concert Series showcases the talent of local performers in a summer concert series held at the gazebo, and it's free of charge. In 2015, the beach at Bell Park was awarded Blue Flag Beach certification by the International Foundation for Environmental Education. Northern Lights Festival Boreal is an annual summer music festival. It is one of Canada's oldest music festivals in continuous operation, having been staged every year since 1972 until the COVID-19 pandemic. Only Mariposa Folk Festival is older, but it was not staged in 1980 or 1981. The bilingual festival is held in Bell Park, including the Grace Hartman Amphitheater. It presents a diverse program of music in a variety of genres, arts, crafts, and children's entertainment, typically featuring a mix of national, international, and local artists and performers. Musicians at the festival typically participate in both conventional concert performances and workshop sessions, collaborating with several other musicians. In addition to the main festival, the organizing committee also sponsors concerts and other cultural events in the city throughout the year. During the festival weekend, an additional lineup of local artists also perform downtown at the townhouse rather than at the park site. The festival is usually held on the first weekend in July, although it was postponed until the last weekend of the month in 1988 to serve as the cultural festival for the 1988 World Junior Championships in Athletics, which were held in the city, most commonly held over 3 days from Friday to Sunday. At various times in its history, the festival has taken place over 1, 2, or 4 days as well. The festival is the historic venue where Canadian folk musician Stan Rogers wrote one of his most famous songs, Barrett's Privateers. He reportedly wrote the song because he did not know any traditional sea shanties to contribute at a collaborative performance session with the band Friends of Fiddler's Green. In the 1980s, the festival was one of the first major venues to book Shania Twain before she was signed to a record label. The 1990 event saw the first collaborative performance by folk musicians James Keelahan and Oscar Lopez, who later recorded 2 Juno Award-nominated albums together as compadres. In 1992, the festival was profiled in the TV Ontario series Putting on the Arts. In 2017, the festival expanded its 3-day schedule by adding a Thursday night performance lineup devoted exclusively to Indigenous music. In 2020 and 2021, the festival was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The festival returns for its 50th anniversary edition in 2022. Until 2001, Ramsey Lake was listed by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest lake located entirely within the boundaries of a single city. But when the regional municipality of Sudbury was amalgamated into the current city of Greater Sudbury, Ramsey Lake lost this status to the larger lake, Wanapadi, approximately 20 kilometers to the northeast. Prior to the establishment of the modern city of Sudbury, the lake was known to the local Ojibwe population as Bitimigamacing, or water that lies on the side of the hill. Science North is located on the southwest corner of the lake and offers the William Ramsey Boat Tour, formerly the Cortina, of the lake several times daily during the summer. The city's Bell Park is also located nearby, and Jim Gordon Boardwalk connects the 2 sites along the lakeshore. Laurentian University is also located near the lake's southern shore. Residential neighborhoods immediately south of the lake are among the wealthiest in the city. On the eastern end of the lake, Moonlight Beach is a popular recreational facility, and the Lake Laurentian Conservation Area is a large wilderness park which offers both recreational and environmental education programs. Ramsey Lake was also the site of one of the city's first major environmental reclamation projects. Due to air pollution problems in the area, the lake, which has few water flow outlets, was considered a dead lake for many years. However, following the 1972 construction of the Inco Superstack, which dispersed smelter emissions from the city's mining industry over a wider area, a major environmental project was launched to clean up the lake's water and reintroduce aquatic life. The project, which was successful, led to further initiatives to improve the city's environment, including a major tree planting initiative. In 1992, the United Nations presented the city of Sudbury with an award to recognize the city's innovative environmental reclamation strategies. Ramsey Lake now has a diverse population of fish, which includes walleye, northern pike, smallmouth bass, yellow perch, white sucker, pumpkin seed, and rock bass. Science North is an interactive science museum. The Science Centre, which is Northern Ontario's most popular tourist attraction, consists of 2 snowflake-shaped buildings on the southwestern shore of Ramsey Lake, just south of the downtown core, and a former ice hockey arena, which includes the complex's entrance and an IMAX theater. The snowflake buildings are connected by a rock tunnel which passes through a billion-year-old geological fault. This fault line was not known to be under the complex when the site was originally selected and was discovered only during the construction of the building in the early 1980s. Where the walkway reaches the larger snowflake, the Vale Cavern Auditorium is frequently used for temporary exhibits, press conferences, and other gala events by Science North and the wider community. Inside the main building, a 20-meter fin whale skeleton recovered from Anticosti Island hangs from the ceiling. The complex also features a boat tour, the William Ramsey, which offers touring cruises of the scenic Ramsey Lake. The Jim Gordon Boardwalk also extends from the facility to the city's Bell Park along the western shore of the lake. The facility was designed by architect Raymond Moriyama, one of the founding partners of Moriyama and Toshima Architects based in Toronto. An agency of the provincial government of Ontario, Science North is overseen by the Provincial Ministry of Culture. Science North, which was opened in 1984, also owns and operates Sudbury's Dynamic Earth facility, an earth sciences exhibition which is home to the Big Nickel, one of the city's most famous landmarks. From January 22, 2001 to May 10, 2003, the Big Nickel was temporarily located on the primary Science North grounds while Dynamic Earth was under construction. The Science North production team produces object theaters, multimedia presentations, and large format film productions for science museums and educational facilities around North America. Science North's former science director Alan Nursall is a correspondent for the Canadian Science News Magazine series Daily Planet, which airs on a Discovery Channel and on CTV. The institution's first science director, David Pearson, returned to that position in 2007. Science North has also worked extensively with the city's Laurentian University on scientific and environmental research and as a partner in the university's graduate program in science communication. Science North runs day camps in the summer, autumn, and winter. Sudbury is the largest city in Northern Ontario by population, with a population of 166,000 at the 2021 Canadian Census. By land area, it is the largest in Ontario and fifth largest in Canada. Being located inland, the local climate is extremely seasonal, with an average January lows of around -18 Celsius and average July highs of 25 degrees Celsius. The Sudbury region was inhabited by the Ojibwe people of the Algonquin group for thousands of years prior to the founding of Sudbury, after the discovery of nickel ore in 1883 during the construction of the Transcontinental Railway. Greater Sudbury was formed in 2001 by merging the cities and towns of the former regional municipality of Sudbury with several previously unincorporated townships. The population resides in an urban core and many smaller communities scattered around 330 lakes and among hills of rock blackened by historical smelting activity. Sudbury was once a major lumber center and a world leader in nickel mining. Mining and related industries dominated the economy for much of the 20th century. The two major mining companies which shaped the history of Sudbury were Inco, now Vale Limited, which employed more than 25% of the population by the 1970s, and Falconbridge, now Glencore. Sudbury has since expanded from its resource-based economy to emerge as the major retail, economic, health, and educational center for northeastern Ontario. Sudbury is also home to a large Franco-Ontarian population, which influences its arts and culture. James Worthington, the superintendent of construction on the Northern Ontario segment of the railway, selected the name Sudbury after Sudbury, Suffolk, in England, which was the hometown of his wife, Carolyn Hitchcock. The city's official name was changed to Greater Sudbury in 2001 when it was amalgamated with its suburban towns into the current city on the grounds of ensuring that the merger did not erase the long-standing community identities of the outlying towns. In everyday usage, however, the city is still more commonly referred to as just Sudbury. Sudbury is built around many small rocky mountains with exposed igneous rock of the Canadian Shield. The ore deposits in Sudbury are part of the large geological structure known as the Sudbury Basin, which are the remnants of nearly 2 billion-year-old impact crater. Long thought to be the result of a meteorite collision, more recently, analysis has suggested that the crater may in fact have been created by a comet. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, but most of all, thank you for watching. Thanks for watching!